Let's jump into the VS Code. Yeah, so in app.js there is one method, there is one route, app.post slash channel name slash chain code name, where we are getting some of the necessary information for invoking the transactions. So in 1.4 what we have done, let me show you. In add car we are providing different set of parameters here: function, peers, chain code name, and arguments, which is most important here for adding the car. So we will be invoking the car and we are providing these different type of parameters. So in app.js at the line number of 113 we have implemented that route for invoking the transactions. So again we are doing some basic checks here. So here we don't require any peers, and we are doing some basic validations if something is empty. Next one is the invoke transactions. At the line number 142 there is a invoke transaction function. So let's jump into the invoke transaction function. Yeah, here the top you can see invoke transaction functions are there. Invoke transaction function is there, and we have imported all the necessary stuff here. You can again check common connection profile path, which is already available inside connection organization1.json. In case if you want to implement for the organization 2, so make sure that provide the proper path, or maybe you can get as a variable from the client. Here I have hard coded, so make sure you are adding proper in case of organization 2. So for the organization 2, the connection profile path is already available inside the config connection organization2.json. So next one, CCP JSON. We are converting that so we are reading files and just parsing that JSON, so that we are getting here as a JSON object. Next task is the wallet path, and this is the wallet, so that when we are invoking any transactions, first of all we will check if that user is already available inside this wallet or not. If user is not available, then we won't be able to invoke the transaction without the identity. So for that we have to register the user first, and after only we can do that. So next task is, so here, so we are checking if the identity is already available inside the wallet or not. You can see here providing the username. If identity is not available, so in that case we are registering that user, registering and enrolling that user, and once that user identity get added into the wallet, and later we can proceed with the transaction invocation. So right now here, after registering the user, we will get the identity, and here we are creating the connect option. So where inside the connect option we have to provide the object like wallet, identity, discovery, event handler option, and the strategy. Most important thing is the strategy. So here we have provided the strategy as the network scope for all networks. There are couple of strategy. There are 4 types of the strategy you can see here. MSP scope all for transactions, MSP scope any for transactions, MSP scope all for transactions, network scope for all transactions, network scope for any transactions. So first one, that is MSP scope for all transaction. What exactly does it mean? Listen for the transaction commit event for all the peer in the client identity organizations. So if we are providing this strategy, MSP scope for all transactions, it means it listen for the transaction commit events from all the peer in that organization 1 only. And another one thing is MSP scope for any transactions, this one. So it means it will wait until he get a confirmation from the commit event any one of the peer in the same organizations. So next one is the network scope any for transactions or all for transactions. So in this case, listen the transaction commit event from all the peer in the network. So it means it will wait until the transaction get committed in the all the peer inside the network. So we have provided this strategy for us in invoke invoke transaction, sorry, invoke function network scope for all transaction. It means it will wait until all the peer commit the transaction and acknowledge. Yeah, so in the connection options we have provided that strategy. Next one is the we are getting a get, so we are creating the gateway object which we are getting from the fabric net. Here you can see gateway in the fabric, from the fabric interval we are getting that. Next one is we are connecting with that gateway using CCP common connection profile and the connection options which we have mentioned here. The next one is the constant network. So we are getting a network object, await get net gateway dot get network. Next one is the contract net. So using this network object we are getting the contract as well, by passing that chain code name, and here in network we have to pass the channel name as well. So these two objects we got. This first, second one is the contact, which is important actually. Basic logic I implemented here. For creating the car I was passing almost 5 parameter, and for changing the owner of the car I was passing in just only two arguments. You can implement your logic as per your own use case. So I have added in the chain code I have added the number of arguments as well. That's why I made some small adjustment here. For creating the car I am just passing function and the 5 arguments, and for the changing the car owner function just passing the function and the only 2 arguments. And here you can see result equal to await contract dot submit transactions. So here using this contract we are submitting the transactions and we are waiting until get the confirmation as per the strategy defined here. Function and the 5 arguments, and finally we are returning as a response. So let's invoke this function using Postman. Yeah. So first of all we have to register the user. So the first thing we have to enroll the user so that we can use. So first thing we have to register the user. If we already have that registered user, then probably we need a token for invoking that transaction. So again I am registering that user. If that user is already registered, just I will get a token, so it will not register again. We got this token. Now we can invoke the transaction. I am providing this token. And here you can see these are the different parameters we are providing. The argument supercar 3 Tesla. So probably we can add supercar 4 here now. Tesla F1 reloaded white, and user is 3. My channel Fabcar, and this peer we don't require to send right now, but it's added. Let's see. Function name is the create car. So I'm hitting send button. The invoke function will get triggered and the car will get added into the blockchain. Here you can see here the successfully added car asset with the key supercar 4, and this is the result. And we can see inside the CouchDB as well. Here my channel dot underscore Fabcar, and supercar 4 we have added, and here you can see we have created. So that invoke the transactions, we have added the supercar 4 as the asset in the transaction and successfully added into the blockchain. So just you can go through all these steps. Again we will change the car owner. We will try. For supercar 4 I think we will be doing same one. Right now query car by ID. So in this case we'll first fetch that query. In this case first we will fetch that asset. Didn't get update. Oh, so actually I explicitly mentioned here, so you can probably inherit from the parent. Yeah, so we just queried that supercar 4 and the current owner of that car is user 3. Now let's change that user to 4, change car ownership. Here we are providing two arguments. Supercar 4 is the key. Oh, sorry. Here, and current owner was user 3 something. Now we will change to the Sushil, so that this function will get triggered. Again we are invoking the transaction only, just with the different function. That's it. I'm sending the transactions. Now we can see for the supercar 4 the user will get changed to Sushil from the user 3. Here you can see, and in the blockchain as well, in the CowsDB as well, we can see that. Just we will refresh this. Yeah, now we can see the owner of the car is Sushil. In this way we can invoke any transactions in the Fabric. In this way we can invoke any transaction using Fabric Network SDK. So just go through this all the function which are defined. Probably there could be some mistake as well. Just let me know so that I can correct as well. Thank you so much for watching this video. In case if you feel this video is useful, just don't forget to like this video and subscribe the channel. Thank you so much. Stay tuned for the more update.